Tonight's headlines. President Trump renamed Cinco de Mayo to the 5th of May. Oscar judges decide not to watch all those long, boring movies. And oldest Major League Baseball pitcher Justin Verlander discusses his violent past.
You couldn't walk down the street without, having to beat everybody.
This is the Beaumont Bulletin, and this is the news. Come one, come all, and gaze upon the Beaumont Bulletin, the real America's most trusted source of journalism, depending on who you believe real Americans are. I'm your host, James Hoover, the realest American there is. Starting with important global relations this evening, Bianca Censori and Kanye West have entered intense diplomatic negotiations, ending their alliance due to West becoming a deranged political monster. Our experts here at Beaumont expect an immediate demilitarized zone to be set up in Bianca's home. Negotiations are ongoing, and it is yet to be known the terms of any potential peace settlement, though things in this relationship are heating up faster than the relationship between Poland and Germany in 1939. Speaking of things that are like Germany in the late 1930s, this new presidential administration has really been putting their nose to the grindstone in finding new ways to ignore our civil rights. Our constitutional expert and investigative journalist Ray Porter is sitting down with Trump official Matt Gaugh to discuss this bold governmental shakeup.
My name is Ray Porter, here with Trump administration aide Matt Gaugh. Thank you for being here, Matt. Your administration has had a busy few weeks, to put it lightly.
Thank you, Ray. President Trump's second term is off to a hot start, and we're just getting warmed up.
Okay, let's start with something simple. What is going on with who?
Who?
No, who? W-H-O.
Yeah, thanks. I know how to spell who. Who are you talking about?
WHO, the World Health Organization.
Yeah, I don't care about the World Health Organization. You asked me about who. Now you're asking me about what? Stick to one point.
Mac, I never said what.
Yeah, you did. Typical media, always changing the subject.
Forget what. I'm asking about who.
See, there it is again. First it was what, now it's who. This is classic gotcha journalism. How can you guys not see this? Come on.
I just want to know what Trump is doing about who.
See, now it's one again. You're all over the place here, Ray.
Mac, when are you going to stop acting like a child?
Oh, so now you want to know about when? What's next? Where?
Fine. Where is the Trump administration focusing its efforts?
Aha! Now it's where. You're trying to trap me.
Why are you being so difficult?
And now it's why. This is an ambush right here. What's next? How?
Sure. How did you even get this job?
Do you think I don't see the pattern? You journalists are all the same.
Mac, if you're not going to answer a single question, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Oh, so now I'm the crazy one here? You won't answer the real questions. Take, for instance, this Fauci guy, all right? Him and his vaccines. What do? Because these things...
It's been a real honor to sit down with Matt Gaugh here today. I hope to speak more with other distinguished members of this administration in the future. This has been Ray Porter reporting for the Beaumont Bulletin.
Why did Hunter Biden delete his Brazzers account?
Thanks, Ray. A more sane and informative interview I have yet to see. Excellent points from Matt Gaugh. In other world news, fighting in the Democratic Republic of the Congo has been going on since January. Why did it take us so long to report on this, you might ask? Because we, like almost all other political analysts in the United States, don't give a rat's ass about the Global South. We didn't report on it when the CIA caused most of its problems, and we certainly aren't going to report on them now that they're going on without us. More important political journalism after this.
Hi, I'm Tom Cruise. Have you ever wanted to join a cult? Scientology is for you. I'm not totally sure what we're about, but I know our founder's wife isn't alive. Alien ghosts, tax evasion, some other third thing. Scientology. I was in those Mission Impossible movies. Those were cool. Surely my cult religion is exactly the same. Call Scientology.com today. Fry your brain and join a pseudo-religion. Like Mormonism, but worse.
Welcome back. In these changing times, salient political analysts can be hard to come by. The likes of Walter Cronkite, Barbara Walters, Walter Lippmann, and other famous Walters are no longer with us to be the steady, calm voices guiding the public through the trials and tribulations of modern discourse. But we here at the Beaumont Bulletin have found as passable of an alternative as possible. Joining us today is Mannix Muir to take us into the Mannix Minute.
Welcome to the Mannix Minute. The Kennedy Center in D.C. has been a hallmark institution for artists across America. Artists like Ella Fitzgerald and Tennessee Williams have been honored by the Kennedy Center. Being such an important place, it is necessary to keep the Kennedy Center untarnished. But what if the Kennedy Center fell into the wrong hands? The board of the Kennedy Center is often selected by the president, but now Democrats are mad at Trump for doing the same? Who would they have run it? Some freeform jazz yuppie? Someone who can't tell where the scale ends and atonal notes begin? Now, I have no problem with jazz, don't get me wrong, but do we really need all of this improvisation? It's one thing to play the notes in structure, on the beat, but once you start to play the offbeats, what does that say about the music? Is it even music anymore? Imagine you and your family get out of a concert at the Kennedy Center, and the next day, your daughter decides, it's not Wednesday, but I'll wear pink anyway. Is that the America you want? It's certainly not the one I want. And next thing you know, she'll be shooting liquid cocaine into her body, because that's what happens when you have too much improvisation. I wonder, why are the Democrats fighting against structure so much? Could it be because they lack structure themselves? This is what happens when improvisation goes too far. Back to what's important. I'm here with James Hoover. Now, I only met James just recently, as he took our old host's job, but I want to bring him back out to discuss an important topic with him.
I thought I was done. Wait, I don't have a script.
James, tonight I want to talk to you about Beaumont. Thoughts?
Well, we're a great show, and I might be a little biased in saying that, but when has the news ever cared about that?
Oh, no, you're mistaken. I'm talking about Beaumont, B-O-M-O-N-T. You see, recently I watched the film Footloose. Are you familiar?
Yes, it's actually one of my favorite films.
Really?
Yeah.
I was being rhetorical. You see, I did not enjoy the film. What I watched was a film about a parent trying to protect others from tragedy. Who wouldn't? Yes, they banned dancing, but what did they protect?
Footloose isn't about the Reverend, it's about Kevin Bacon.
Ah, yes, Mr. Pig Fat. Is that who you want as a role model? I love dancing, don't get me wrong, but at the cost of lives?
Dancing wasn't the problem, though.
Do you think dancing is a problem? You know, I woke up this morning and opened the fridge and made one of my favorite dishes, microwave Panera mac and cheese, but while I was eating it, there was a whole inch of liquid cheese left and no more noodles. Is that what Kevin Bacon wants? A little bit of watery cheese soup with no noodles to soak it up? I'll let the audience decide that one, because sadly, that is all the time we have. This has been the Mannix Minute.
More like the Mannix Millennium. For our final story of the evening, we have the quote of the year, if not the millennium. Elon Musk recently said at CPAC, "I am become meme." I was very confused by this at first until Elon Musk used his government grants to make a large donation to the Beaumont Bulletin Network, at which point I realized it was actually extremely profound. As an intellectual, I realized how similar it was to the quote by one of the most influential men of the 20th century, J. Robert Oppenheimer, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." Elon Musk is truly the J. Robert Oppenheimer of the 21st century if J. Robert Oppenheimer's dad named him after a character in a Nazi science fiction novel. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Beaumont Bulletin. My name is James Hoover, the most incredible man in news. We'll see you next time you're in the mood for some curated propaganda.